US and Arab leaders are locked in tense ceasefire negotiations as the fighting between Israelis and Palestinians threatens to spread across the Middle East. While Israel and Hamas battled for a fifth straight night, fierce confrontations engulfed the West Bank, leaving at least 10 Palestinian protesters dead. It also triggered clashes on Israel's border with Lebanon. And 3 rockets were fired towards Israel from Syria, an ally of the Jewish state's arch-rival Iran.
In Gaza, a call to prayer is drowned out by the deafening roar of Israeli airstrikes. This one targeted a Hamas security compound. Another pummeled a bank affiliated with the Islamic militant group. Israel coordinates these strikes from above and on the ground where troops have amassed along the border. It says it only targets members of Hamas. But today, more civilians became victims. 32 children are among more than 130 people killed in Gaza since Monday. Another 10,000 have been displaced. Their reality gives new meaning to misery.
Hamas must understand that shooting rockets into Israel is unacceptable, and ultimately it hurts them more than it hurts us.
But it hasn't stopped.
Wow!
This rocket blowing up an oil tank in the southern Israeli city of Ashdod is just one of hundreds fired by Hamas militants from Gaza just in the last 24 hours. As with each day, the conflict intensifies and broadens to more fronts. Across Israel, Arab and Jewish neighbours are turning on each other. A mob firebombed this 12-year-old Arab boy's family home in the town of Jaffa. Jewish schools and religious sites have been desecrated, while long-held tensions have erupted into deadly confrontations right across the Israeli-occupied West Bank.
A lot of conversations we have may happen behind the scenes because that may be the most appropriate way to de-escalate the situation on the ground.
But the conflict is now spilling across the border into countries where anti-Israeli sentiment runs deep, making those attempts to defuse the worst fighting in years all the more difficult. Adam Gleeson for 10 News First.